Well, all righty then. All righty then. Man, it's a beautiful day in your neighborhood.
I'm not going to say it's a beautiful day. It's an icy day in my neighborhood.
Okay, look, man.
I'm saying it's an icy day. There's nothing beautiful about it.
I don't care, man. I don't care. Why can't... Are you going to sing the song with me?
No. Good morning.
No, that's not the song.
No, I'm not going to sing
It's a beautiful day in your... Okay, you know what? And that's the problem. That's the problem you have. Right there. And it must be because you're out there in that cold-ass place.
The views or opinions expressed during the Lavish T. Williams podcast, during the interviews or commentators, are those of the individual speaking and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Lavish T. Williams or the sponsors of the podcast.
Your views do not represent me, man. You know what you said don't represent me, man. That's all I wanted to say, man.
I'm. You know what? I'm gonna get the mic ball stop the cap button because this is we've gotten to a point here, right? And I don't know why. You don't have to be like that, Mr. Police Commissioner.
Yeah,
you don't have to be like. Are you running for office this year or not?
I am. I am because I just have to, but I really don't even have the time to.
Don't say that. You can't say that out loud. You're a politician.
No, I don't have the time to, but
Somebody's
I'm going to make
play that. Yeah,
good. But it's going to show the dedication that even though he doesn't have the time, he's going to figure out a way to make it do what it's supposed to do. I mean, it is time consuming and very draining and costly.
Oh yeah. Well, once you get the job, it pays a salary though.
The police commissioner's job doesn't. It has a stipend. Yeah.
I'm right across the river from Lavish. It's icy out there. Good day to own a towing company.
It really is. But you know what, man? The city has been on top of their game, man. They was out salting the road at 3 this morning. I'm sitting there over the overpass watching, and I'm like, man, any other time, it take all day. They were being pretty proactive.
Damn. So I've never thought somebody'd be mad that the city was doing its job. Like you're like, damn,
it's interfering with my potential revenue.
That is so ugly.
I know, right?
That's ugly. Hey, we got Logic on this morning. What's up, man?
Hey. What's going on, everyone? How you doing?
Did he say hey?
What's going on? Yeah, man, this is not what's happening.
What the hell was that?
All right, I'm trying to get. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Okay, no heys, man. We're not.
And hey.
1970s TV right now.
From Pat Albert, you know. But,
what's up? Miss Tekka Stahl says it's 72 degrees where he is. Yeah, it's you know, it doesn't know what it wants to be here. We also have Miss Foxy on the show this morning. What's up?
What's poppin', my brothers? How you guys doing this morning?
Foxy, what's going on? How are you? Listen, next time I see you, I must get your autograph.
Yeah.
No, not necessary, my brother.
I mean,
it's all good.
I have to, man. I mean, you are becoming in the last 24 hours. You are a viral guru right now.
Yeah, her virility level is
through the roof. You know, all I see is preach, sister, right on, sister. That's I gotta let people know. I know her.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that put her up there.
Yeah, but I ain't in the video, so I gotta let them know. See, look, me and her, this was there. I was there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you that's and that's what today's show is about. We're gonna piggyback off of that for today's show. But we want to bring up first of all, for those who didn't see it, man. So I reposted that on TikTok and on my TikTok channel. the thing has gone viral. It's gone viral every place I've seen it.
Mhm.
The virility poll is up on that, man. So here she is on. Where's the share button? Okay, here we are. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, screen one. Boom. So here she is on my channel. And look at that.
Wow.
30,000,
Wow.
29,100
That's what's up.
views.
Oh man, you up there?
Yeah, she rolling. And the comments are just.
And I'm just gonna be frank for.
The comments look. The comment section. Preach, real talk. She ain't lying. Goddamn right. This is somebody that doesn't use. I do this. I don't say goddamn, Reverend Logic. I say goddamn. My sister says it's the same thing. She says you're still taking God's name in vain. I said, how are you saying goddamn? It's the same thing. So that's what she says. Crown Royal, tell it. They say you're telling the truth, my sister. You preach. Let them know about the meow. The meow. Preach it, preacher. It's about time someone says so. Preach, bike clubs and trail rides. She ain't lying, and it just goes on. There's not one negative comment. I wish I could put a video up with not one negative comment. It doesn't happen for me. Lavish, does it happen for you?
I mean, because I don't, the content I post, man, I don't never have a reason for nobody to put nothing negative up.
I wish I could say the same, man. So we're gonna play real quickly what she said, and then we're gonna talk about the topic of the show for me this morning is and she talked really to 2 or 3 different audiences, and I'll let her clarify herself. But to me, this has so many things. But when she comes down to so many club brothers dying over this, to me, this is the age-old subject, which is personal beef versus club beef, and why does this turn out like this? So anyway, we're gonna play what she said real quick, and then we'll move.
1 second with you, and I'm gonna be real with you for 1 second. These brothers in the Dominant Club, what really started to break my heart, they lost many of their bros over pussy. Had nothing to do with motives. You got these women that get caught up. You screwing this dude over here in this Dominant Club. You the property of this dude over here in this Dominant Club. You the wife to somebody that ain't even in a club. And now we fighting over community pussy. And we've lost too many of our brothers over that. I'ma just keep it real with y'all. And as a woman, I'm very heartbroken over it. There's too many women that have paved the way within this community for us to get the respect from the men, and it doesn't come by the things that we hold between our legs. That's a prize for you and one other, not the community. Teach us women to conduct ourselves as the mothers that we need to be, the sisters that we need to be, the daughters that we need to be, and then to build a legacy amongst us.
Beef between you and a woman about who she's sleeping with, blah, 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 is not a club beef. This is how brothers get killed. Stop turning personal beef into club beef. Foxy's talking to 2 groups of people here, both the women and the men. Everyone needs to clean up their act. Capiche? Yeah, man, that was all right. So, Foxy, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
We can't see you, so you're just going to be on phone on the phone. You just be
Yeah,
talking.
I don't like background distractions, and you notified me less than 10 minutes before all of this was happening. So, sir, bear with me on this morning. I am a very prepared individual, as you know firsthand. And so I agreed to do this under these circumstances, so we can proceed or we can just reschedule. however you want to do it.
You on the thing now. We proceed.
Okay. I don't want to disrupt your show. And if being on camera is a requirement, I can certainly do that another day.
See, Foxy don't see. Foxy would tear your ass up. Foxy would. Don't mess with. Look, but we're glad to have you on, sister. Thank you for being here. God bless you.
Wait, Black Dragon was very silent. Yeah, I like that stuff. We need Foxy on here. She had that female balance to Black Dragon.
Everybody got somebody that can bring them under control. Shoot, we're not.
Like, ma'am.
That's right. Yeah, logic. Yes, ma'am.
Nobody play with Foxy. Shit. So, and nobody. She don't play. I love her. So, but we are. I mean, that is so strong right there. Everything she said is so strong, man, and so right, and that's why it's going viral. But we do see this a lot. We see this going on. And Foxy, you were talking to a couple groups of people, but I want you to add on what you might want to add on, to clarify what you might want to clarify, to crystallize this. What do you think about, as you called this out towards the 1% brothers, because this goes on in all clubs, but why is it important that you brought it out with respect to that?
So first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for doing what you guys are doing and bringing awareness to certain things that we know have occurred for quite some time. But I was beginning to get very disheartened. When you look at a dominant club's rag, some of them have rest in peace patches, and it symbolizes a brother that may have gone on. And when you start to look at the rags and you start to recognize names, then you start to know, and you look back and you reflect as to how death ended up coming into play. If you have a heart and a passion for what we do, things will resonate with you. And it was coming from a place where, when you know individuals personally and you're attending funerals, and then you find out what the circumstances of how this brother is no longer with us and what's the driver behind it, you should at some point get fed up if you see enough of that. And that's really where this conversation at the prop came from. I'm tired. I'm a woman, and I'm a Black woman, and I'm not a racial discrimination type person. So I don't want to offend any of your listeners who are not of the Black race, but I can tell you, from being a Black mother, being a Black woman, as I just mentioned, I'm the mother to Black sons. I'm a grandmother to Black sons. You leave households with voids. And we all know we have an end date. But the problem is when you can have some type of control within that helps us prolong our life expectancy. And so I got fed up. And yes, someone called me yesterday and said, well, yeah, this happens amongst everyone. So why were the OMCs called out? And we had a healthy conversation. And at the end of that, he said, you know what, sister, I respect you to the utmost. Let me go back and tell my bros. Now I have a full understanding of where that messaging is coming from. And you 100% are spot on. That message was not to offend anyone. The message is, when do we get tired of going to funerals or sending out rest in peace, and we recognize the issue could have been avoided? Because what I'm seeing, and these are people that I've known that are no longer with us, or currently, as I'm speaking to you all, in incarceration. Those women that are involved, they've moved on to the next. The books are not being put with any funds from the women that are involved. They've moved on to the next. We've left households. The guy was the breadwinner. Done. The woman involved moved on to the next. The women will go out here and have cat fights, whatever, over men. But we weren't seeing the massive killing over these circumstances. Even in the 99% community, yes, it does occur. but you're not seeing the massive killings of men over it. So it kind of bleeds into what you want your topic to be today. We're making personal situations like community pussy an organization's problem. It's not the organization's problem. It's the individuals that are involved. So why can't we sit down like men and women and resolve the issue? And so I'm preaching to our women. I'm right now, Lavish, I would say salute to you for posting this, because it got to a point where, one, I was surprised. So going forward, if you all could give me a heads up when you're going to put me out like this. But it did some good service yesterday, because now I have groups of women that I'm working to help them understand what their world should really look like. Nobody really wants or should not want, as a woman, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, you should not want the label of being the hang around groupie, the thought, the side piece, the home wrecker. You should not want those names associated with you. So I got women who have admitted to me just yesterday and even this morning, it's time for me to take a stronger look at myself. I get it as a woman. You may be going through depression, you undiagnosed depression. You may be going through some self-confidence issues. Get around women that can build you up, not bring you down. I always encourage, uplift, empower, and motivate our women to be the best that we can be. Be the better you tomorrow than you are today. But it starts somewhere. So I have a passion for this culture. This is not something that I just kind of popped up in and thought that it was something cool to do. And yeah, I want to be a rap. I was not brought here because I was attracted to the men that was on the set. I came into the set as a whole married woman. So that wasn't my draw at all. So for me, it was, how many times are we going to go to funerals and realize that this funeral is for somebody who passed away because they got caught up in the community pussy game? Does that sit well? Because it shouldn't. And how many times are we going to do that? And so now it's like, okay, it's outreach time. Let's start having real conversations about real issues that we all can help resolve. So I started calling up my dominant bros. Many folks that know me know I'm very passionate about the dominant community as it works with the 99% community and doing some big and major things. And a part of that, and a part of this strategy is, how do we get away from allowing our personal situations to become club situations that end up being in really bad situations to the point of death? And that's where I was speaking from. So I'm speaking to men and women who are caught up with wanting to be in entanglements with multiple people and not understanding the position. And when the position goes left, it's now you're drawing in others that really shouldn't even be there. We have to start standing 10 toes down on business. We have to start standing 10 toes down on integrity, 10 toes down on character. We have to start realizing we are all living the dash. And we got to realize that at the end of our dash, what is your legacy going to be? What are you going to be known for? Do you want to be known as a home wrecker? Do you want your obituary to say that you were the side piece, the lifelong side piece? Do you want your bros to have you listed as the man that always caused confusion? He was the drama-filled bro. Do you want your bros to look at you differently because you've gotten them caught up? Nobody really wants that wholeheartedly. So that's where my speaking was coming from. Back to you.
Damn. You know, Foxy, everybody, you should, I don't know if you're able to see, or you just just listening. I don't know if you're able to see, but the comment section is just blown up. And Bolo says, the more I hear this lady speak, the more I respect her. Somebody else said, I showed your video to my wife last night. Obi Joe said, I showed your video to my wife last night, and all she could say was, damn, I want to meet that woman. Myron says, is her phone on fire? Because she's spitting fire right now. Preach, ma'am. I think it's so important what you said, and it comes down to so many of these guys, Lavish and Logic, so many of these guys, I don't know what their personal life was like growing up. Did they star? Did they letter in high school? Or whatever the case may be. But when they come to the biker club community, so many of these guys step into the phone booth, put on that cape, that MC vest, and when they step out of the phone booth, they have an entire MC backing them, and they become super biker brothers. And some for the good, but many not for the good.
But Black Dragon, I'm sorry to interrupt 1 second. I would say they become a liability to their organization.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They may view themselves as the superpower, but actually they become the liability to the club, because now you have men that are thinking that they are letting their brother down if they don't come to his rescue. And what I encourage each and every one of them to do is start pulling back the layers to the onion. What is the root issue that we're looking to go do violence to? What's causing this before we react? And I think that's the key critical piece that's missing in a lot of the deaths that we've seen. Unfortunately, you don't get to go back and tell your bro you sorry once he's dead. You sorry that you jumped into a situation that had nothing to do with the club. You sorry. Sorry doesn't bring that person back. So you're right. The superpower is what one may be thinking, but on the flip side of that, you become a liability to many more lives than your own. And that's what we need to address. So before I react, let me get the facts.
Right.
And if the facts don't align to where in the motion that I'm looking to react with, then I got to peel back. But the litmus test should be, hold on, before I overreact, and I'm just hearing what you're saying, bro. So let me make sure that this is the right situation.
Yes. Yeah. And along with that, and because there doesn't seem to be a process to that, Foxy. There doesn't seem to be a process to that, Lavish and Logic. And a lot of the times the club mantra is, I'm going to protect my brother no matter what. If we're out here in public, I'll protect my brother in public, and then we'll solve, if we got a problem that we solve with him on the inside, we do that behind closed doors. But when we're out here in public, I'm going to be protecting my brother. And there is sometimes there's just no time. They don't exercise time for a litmus test. And these guys will bring this personal beef right onto the biker club set. And now you've got all these guys attacking a guy and putting him underneath the ground because something happened with a community thought. And so he goes after this bro over this girl, and he's in jail. This bro's dead, and she's on to the next club.
She's
brother.
on to the next dude.
She's moving on and talking about it.
Oh yeah, they definitely talk about it, and that's where I have to shut them down. That's not cute. It's not funny, and it's not safe. Think about it. If you are a mother of a son, would you like your son to be set up that way? And then it's now we have a speech impediment. See, it's cute and it's funny as long as you're doing it to others. But you have to sometimes put yourself in the shoes. Would you want some chick to do your son like this? Your brother like this? Would you like to lose your father like this? That's the reality gut check. Because if you are a mother of a son, you can't sit here in all honesty and tell me you would be okay with another broad putting your son under the ground in a circumstance of being community pussy. I have yet to hear any mother tell me, yeah, I'm waiting for my son to die because, you know what I'm saying, I got a life insurance for him. No, they don't care about no life insurance. They really don't want to use it. So that's what I need my women to understand. Do the gut check. Put yourself out there. If your daughter caused somebody's death,
Are you okay with that? Because the answer should be, I'm not. So let's do better, folks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's an interesting situation. But Foxy, how do you see, it's easy to illustrate the issue. Part of solving the issue is to be able to illustrate the issue and define the fact that there is an issue and what the issue is. But how do we stop this? I mean, it was something Canal 619 says out here in San Diego. They call San Diego Dago for people who don't know. Out here in Dago, the club groupies are said to be in the corral. They get put back in the corral and there's no beef. The ladies know their place. The groupies know their place. So there has to be a system. We have to come up with a system that keeps us from making these mistakes over and over again and putting all these good brothers in the ground. And Foxy, if you look at the comment section on my TikTok alone, I'm not able to see deeply into Lavish's, but if you look at my contact on my thing on your video that Lavish did, so many people here are discussing the fact that they know folks that have died. Seen this with my own eyes. So many people on this thing have talked about they know folks that have been caught up in this and are no longer with us, that they've seen with their own eyes, that they've seen it happen. So many people are on here saying it's about time somebody talks about that. It's about time this sister says this. Even OB Joe said that he believes that your video will hit all the sets before this is over. Your video will be discussed on all the sets, the black sets, the white sets, etc. And I believe that as well.
Well, it has. I can tell you that it has. You know me, Black Dragon. You know the connections that I have to the set, and I got calls yesterday from many of the white dominants as well. I'm having some follow-up meetings on the set with some folks as we prepare for the conference in Mother's Day weekend. But most people that know who I am for what I do, I've done the work for us. And sometimes you just need one voice to bring it to light. Is it going to solve everything? We're probably never going to have a solution for everything. But what I would like for folks to just be put on notice. If that's the lifestyle that you want to live, that's something that we can't control. However, we don't want it to continue to lead to death. And that's something that we can control. If you have some people that they accept the multiple folks in their lives. And if that's something that you accept, that's fine. Live your life peacefully with that. I want to address the violent side of it. We don't want that type of behavior to continue to take people away from this earth because of that. We're not going to be able to stop people from wanting to sleep with multiple people. Folks are going to it's always been there, but we're just seeing more of it become, and it involves more people than it needs to. And it's turned so violent. And that's what we need to stop. And that we can have control over. If I'm a leader of any club, I would be saying to my brothers and sisters, we need to have, if it's not in the bylaws, there needs to be something called conduct unbecoming to our organization. You out of here. We stand on something. And we can't have people looking at our organization as being the home wreckers, being the bro that doesn't know how to handle his personal beef. We can't be your savior every time you have an issue with a female. That's not our position. And if we could spend more time in that vein and having those real heart-to-heart conversations in these monthly meetings that should be occurring amongst the clubs, then I think that we can make great strides to prevent a lot of the violent pieces of this.
Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of these guys are a definite liability. And I've said this in many videos before. A lot of times you think you need those guys because you want them. If you ever have to go to war, you want that warrior on your side. But a lot of times there wouldn't be a war if it weren't for that person always in the shit. I want to take just a second to thank you, Edward Sweat, for that kind donation. We appreciate that, man. We want to acknowledge everybody that donates to the show. So thank you so much. And you guys can donate if you need to donate to Lavish. It's $ Lavish T Williams on Cash App, and of course Black Dragons $ Biker Press. So I appreciate that. It is it is sometimes these people that you feel like are the strongest. They're just the loudest, squeakiest wheel, keeping up the most noise and shit. What do you think, Lavish? What's your thoughts on this?
My thought is, when I posted this video, I didn't think that it was going to do what it did. I thought that I knew that it was going to be effective, but not to the magnitude to go where it's been going in such a short time frame. You got 21,000 views or whatever the number was. I'm at like 63,000 on Instagram and I think 20 or 30 on Facebook. I find it interesting because I was looking through a couple of the comments, and some of the people that was commenting were some of the same people that she was talking about.
What were their comments?
I mean, I don't want to, point them out, but I was sitting there listening to them, and I said, wow, only because I know some of them on a personal level or actually watched them in action. I'm like, I know this person did not just comment on here talking about that's right and giving a commentary. And I'm like, man, you are part of the problem. This is what I thought. And I've seen other people, man, you can, it doesn't matter what you post on there. You're going to have people that's going to have a reason to come back and say something different, negative. It's going to be some type of rebuttal. And it's going to go back to what Foxy has said. Like, she got people say, why was she focused on the dominance? And I had to tell people, you wasn't there. I mean, she was talking to the people that was in the audience. You seen the video, a video that's less than 90 seconds. I had someone else that had a debate and, with me on the line, on the phone. Oh man, she's talking about stuff that's been going on 100 years. I mean, it ain't never going to stop. And sometimes you have these people that they won't take the content for what it is. They have to add or take away or speak on things that's not there. Let's focus on the content at hand. Let's focus on what said in the video. Let's not keep adding this or taking away from that. That's what I got. Overall, I got a lot of the guys that were saying the same things in the comments that they were saying as yours. Preach. It needed to be said. At least somebody said it. And I think when I seen the guys comment, I don't think they were commenting on the standpoint of wanting to bash a woman. I think it was more so like, I agree, and you're right. Seeing that they possibly could have been involved themselves at one point in time, or they had somebody that they knew that was involved in some type of situation along those same lines. And we see it all the time. I mean, in clubs, out of clubs, on the bike set, away from the bike set. You see how the women move, and you see how guys get in their feelings. And I'm not saying it doesn't go the other way, because I don't want it to sound as if I'm saying it and it's just a women problem, or it's just women that does XYZ and the men does this. No, I'm only speaking on the content at hand. Because people will try to correct you and say, well, it goes both ways. It goes, this. And I understand that it does. But speaking on the content at hand, the content that was posted, we all seen women that chuckle and laugh at that kind of stuff. Like Foxy has said, people, females laugh. I've been a witness of that, where you have females and they be around the guys, and the guys laugh too, because it has nothing to do with them until it gets, serious, and an altercation happens. You get the female that sits in the huddle and they like, yeah, I gotta chill out because my other situation, he about to come walking in the door, and I don't want to mess up what I got going on. You hear that kind of stuff. You hear the woman say she don't want to mess up what she got going on because she got this guy over here paying her car note, and she got this other guy over here sending her out of town and traveling. None of these guys know of each other. And I've seen it where you have that stuff going on, and these same guys are talking to each other, not even knowing that they knocking off the same woman, and she gets a kick out of it with her in her circle. I seen that happen, and I seen the conflict happen because you get both guys that think that the guys were being slick amongst each other. You knew this. You was all up in my face, smiling and laughing, and the guy might not even know that this is the same guy. I've had women who say I have both my guys in the same place with me, and they don't even know it until something happens. And something happens come from, it could be one of the people that was in that circle who keeps up the mess by letting it be known because someone's mad at somebody, not knowing the can of worms that is going to open up. So, I mean, I don't want to ramble about it though, but I've seen stuff happen with women.
I really think you're spot on with that, Lavish. The other piece is women can sometimes be very emotional beings. I've seen the whole, you snap the finger and they crying and now they're the victim. And I saw a comment about why are the thoughts and the side pieces a problem. It doesn't necessarily have to be a problem if that's the lifestyle that you choose to live. It's a problem when you start getting caught up where we're seeing people die because of it. That's a problem. And that's the issue that needs to be addressed. As it relates to the OMCs, just think about it. If you're an ordinary person and you're caught up in a community pussy situation at the just regular club, you probably don't have thousands of bros coming to your rescue to help you fight this battle with this other guy that's in the club. That's the reason why it's a bigger issue amongst our dominants. Because once you make it a club beef, now it's nations against nations over this issue. Whereas if you're in a club, you may even have cousins. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You knew you was fooling around with her. That's your personal situation. But your family isn't jumping all in, having your back 10 toes down the way we've seen it happen on the set. Even in the 99% set side, you're not seeing all of these clubs turn it all into a club situation and having massive killings over it. So thoughts, side piece, whatever you want to call it, that's going to always probably be there because it's just human behavior. But I can tell you that my former club will tell you I stand 10 toes down on morals. I've been caught up in a situation where my club brother thought that he was going to introduce me to a side piece. And we were in the thick of things at a whole event. And he brought a young lady over and said, let me introduce you to my club sister. And I looked and I said, I know you're not introducing her to me. That is not your wife. My other club sister said, well, I know you're not introducing her to me either. You got to stop the behavior on the spot. Now, am I one to pick up the phone and be messy and call his wife and say, we up here at this event and your husband pretending like he with the club, but he with this chick on the side? No, I know how pillow talk work. So when you get home, if I were to be messy, you going to talk to your wife and tell her I'm lying. And then both of y'all mad with me over the truth. So I'm going to check the behavior while it's happening in real time on the spot. Yeah. So no, you have to start standing for something or we continue to fall for everything. And sometimes people think it's not their problem until it starts knocking on your front door. Be proactive. Be a forward thinker.
Yeah.
As presidents, sergeant at arms, vice presidents of clubs, It's certain behaviors you guys should not be tolerating.
Yeah.
The end. That's it, and that's all.
That's it, and that's all.
I can't imagine someone who knows Foxy would actually try to introduce their side.
You know,
Oh, but you got women. Listen, I'm not even gonna say women. You have people on the bike set that knows, and this is where it gets kind of, the fakeness come out, the shadiness come out. You get people out there. I can know Logic, and Logic, if I was married, could know my wife, and he knows that I got this other chick out here, but he's close and cool to my wife because he comes around, and he gives me the heads up every time something goes on. Meaning, hey, I just want you to know, old girl, she walking through the door.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting there in my wife's face and watching, guys or girls, spiral out of control, and it becomes a problem because now this wife that you bringing around, she feels some type of way. Now she feels embarrassed, and those emotions come out, and it causes a problem within that club because you don't know what else, what other spiders are, tingling inside of a closet somewhere else. And it causes big problems. I've seen, and it has nothing to do with dominance, just in clubs in general. I've seen issues and fights based off of women, especially these properties. And I don't want to put it solely on the properties, but they play a part as well as the men, where I didn't see the guys get into it. And the two clubs are at it. And it stemmed from personal problems. It stemmed from, man, they ain't got nothing to do with the club, man. Y'all take care of that, keep that stuff over there. Until it became a club problem. What I mean by until it became a club problem, because now you're in the clubhouse or you out at somebody else's clubhouse, and you got these two guys or females getting into it, and you don't have the leaders or somebody in the club, in either one of the club, using common sense by diffusing a situation. Instead, they escalate the situation until someone pulls a gun out and shoots the gun or shoots the person. Now it becomes a club problem because now both clubs are pissed off. One, they pissed off because somebody shot a gun. So now it's a huge or a bigger problem, or it's a problem because you done messed up their party night. You done got possibly the police involved. I mean, I see all these different things that go along, that comes along with these men and women, doing these mischievous things amongst each other in the club, being messy, which ends, not so great.
What I listening to everybody, there's once in every blue moon or once every moment there is a message that's sent out that shakes everybody. And Foxy's message shook the whole set from coast to coast, both sides of the track. And then the main issue is, I heard somebody say accountability. I heard somebody say liability. The main issue is how do you keep people from killing? You can't stop the ladies from doing what they do. You can't stop that. How do you keep somebody from killing each other over this stuff? And as Black Dragon said, when you bring your personal business into the club, how do you keep that from being into the club? In the places I've been in and where I'm from, if my crew, first of all, if I got into something, I always told my crew, let me handle this. I'm not going to bring it to my crew. I don't want my crew getting this back in New York. I don't want my crew getting involved in stuff. But that mentality sometimes don't bleed off into the larger organizations. I've seen people they're over here talking about masonry and everything. And we had this idea, nobody ain't gonna mess with my brother, but we also had the idea, hey man, if you messing up, don't bring that mess over here because you messed up. If the MC can take that same mentality and say, look, that right there is personal. What you're doing out there is personal. Keep that outside of the MC, and then this our whole organization won't have to go to war with the other club over there, or there's no big fight at the anniversary party over that. But it takes the club, the MC, to look at that weak brother. So you're weak. You only came in because you need the protection, because you can't stand on your own 2 feet. So how do you prevent that from getting in to the club in the first place? Then you won't have those other issues. I got my club. I got Lavish's whole club on my back. Now ain't nobody gonna mess with Logic. I said, I know that now. Now I'm gonna go out here and start some drama, and then run the Lavish clubhouse. And like, instead of Lavish say, yo, Doc, now man, I love you, bro, but you gotta keep that stuff out of here. No, I gotta bring that in and now threaten the lives of everybody in the clubhouse, and that's where you got to put a wall up to prevent that. And it starts with your prospecting.
You know what's so funny about that, as far as what you just said, similar to what you said, as far as they run over to your club and they know that pretty much they'll be protected, type of thing. Hey, I can do this and the club will back me. Mm-hmm. My club, and we're not an outlaw club, we're not a 1% club, but we're not scared, and we haven't backed down, and we stood up amongst them. I'm not saying that being prideful. I'm just saying that to say that we have a lot of respect and gained a lot of respect. We don't look for problems and troubles or anything like that. The funny thing about it is that we've seen where problems would or possibly would escalate with guys that got that mentality. I can go over here and I know that I'm straight. They might not say it, but they feel it. Oh, I'm straight. Once we started to go in, we told people, listen, one, if they're in our club, if you're in our club, we're going to protect you. We're not going to let nothing happen to you. Mm-hmm. However, we're not going to keep you in our club either. You got to leave. You got to leave, man. Right. And we will escort you out. We done seen some things where it was no chance for a person to win, and we didn't have to walk them to their car. It's been guys that we didn't have to walk. We didn't have to walk them to their car, but we didn't have them where OMCs, 1%ers, man, they respected the fact that, hey, whatever y'all got going on, we not gonna have it here. Mm-hmm. Y'all do that at y'all clubhouse. You do that somewhere else. And it was no problem. Where on the flip side, you see different clubs go to other people's clubs and cause all kinds of mayhem and problems and trouble, and then go home and live a regular day while the club has to fix the mess that was left behind.
The mess, yeah.
Especially when you get guys that come to your club, shoot up stuff. I mean, I see it. I'm in Detroit. I'm not saying that it's a rough city, probably because I'm used to it, but I done seen it where, gunplay didn't happen, at someone's clubhouse, and neither one of the members belong to that club. And now you got the city locking their clubhouse down for something they didn't even, it wasn't even their problem. So these clubs, I see them where they go out and they say, hey, listen, this ain't about to happen here. We already got the word. We already heard about it because it's floating through the streets. We ain't doing that here. Matter of fact, y'all don't even come over here this week, man.
So how does that message how can that message blend in, or that practice blend in with the whole scenario, trying to stop brothers or even sisters, stop having them kill each other? How do we get that message out, Foxy? How do you get that thought into, hey, brothers, y'all got to start with this in your clubhouse, and y'all got to make, like you said, y'all got to make some type of policies. Watch this. And I'm playing devil's advocate. I heard Lavish do this some shows ago. Play devil's advocate. You remember they said the clubhouse and the motorcycle set is where I can be free to do what the heck I want to do. Now, when you start putting up these roadblocks, now I'm not free anymore. But how do you continue to have that freedom to have, I'm leaving this, I'm F the world, da. And then I still got all these rules, not the protocols, but all these rules now these clubs are putting up, though. But knowing that they have to be there.
I think that comes with them using a little common sense with that. You putting our club on the spot, man.
Right.
This is your house. You should be free, but you putting us on the spot. So that's where the problem comes in. Why are you putting us on the spot, man, with your bull crap? And I think that it's going to take more in-house people to express the message among their members, about doing XYZ. Man, you about to fight over a chick, blah, blah, blah. Because we have, most of the times you have these meetings, man. Sometimes you don't even know what's going on until some stuff break out in the street. Now you coming back like, dude, what was that about? And you got the presidents that got to get with each other, man. And it becomes a mess, man. But you put your club on the spot with your foolishness and stupidity, right? And even though you got the clubhouse and you're supposed to be able to, be free, as you say, I be free in moderation. You have to use common sense. My analogy goes more deeper into the street stuff, but if you got a drug spot, this guy I got a drug spot don't mean, hey, tell the world, hey, I got a drug spot. I'm putting my spot on the front street for everybody, but instead, you move in silence. I probably a bad analogy, but that's the only thing I could think of. You putting one on, being on the spot versus knowing what you're doing at the spot, but not putting it out there to cause attention.
Right.
And I think the more that you get your closer circle to talk to you, even if they rag on you, I think that's better than them not saying nothing. Because if I keep on clowning Logic within the clubhouse and talking to him, I'm gonna do one or two things. I want to make Logic say, man, I ain't about to be tripping out, man. Plus, these guys think I'm over here. They laughing at me, making a joke out of me, man. I ain't even about, you know what, man, you right. I want to chill out. Or it can go the other way where we laughing and you feeling like you a punk and you got to go do something.
You got to go do something.
Yeah. I think a lot of these dudes are sensitive.
Being able to take that criticism as a growth. How does an elder, let's say it's called Foxy, an elder speak to someone without being stern? They have to be stern. And then the person, you have to be able to take it. And I'm not going to pop off on somebody that's been in this game longer than me, that wants something to run and continue to have a legacy. And I'm over here tripping and they just get on, hey, sit your little behind down there and shut up. You couldn't tell me to shut. No. It's not to demean you, not to take away your manhood or your bravado or it's to sit you down so nothing else will pop off, to hush you up before anything. I know how you are, so we don't want nothing else we don't want nothing else to escalate.
Right.
We gotta, so that older person, somebody like Black Dragon, the senior, hey man, shut up and sit down. And then these people that's coming in, they're gonna have to be able to get out of their selves, their childishness, and go ahead and listen and just sit down and then learn from that situation.
And then it's that respect level from that OG or from that woman. Like you can be an older guy and be into a lot of shit. So I can't take you serious. But you can be that older guy in the club that's known for always kicking knowledge, kicking the game. He might sit back, but if he got to get up and kick it with you, you're gonna listen to him a lot quicker than you will anybody else. And some of these OG guys, man, or women that's been out here, the respect level is so high that you like, man, you're right. You're right. All right, I want to leave it alone. Right. I ain't even gonna trip on it. Because they put things in a different perspective. And when you got more to lose, you definitely gonna move different. But then I see guys that got a lot to lose and they don't think, man, they just be so reactive. And it costs them. And I'm always saying it costs a lot of money to do crime. And when I say a lot of money, it costs a lot. I'm speaking on the time that it costs to pay for legal fees and the time that you might lose from your family or the time that you might losing your life.
Or the club taking care of the lost member's family.
That
I've
doesn't
seen.
happen as much as it should, but
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. I've seen it when it was
Okay.
quote unquote happening when I joined, and then it faded away where it's not even
Wow.
like what I'm doing that for.
Yeah. I think the most important thing, as you know, as Foxy has noted, it's lives get involved and people die. We're
Mhm.
burying brothers and fathers and a lot and when it's all said and done and that person is buried and your ass is sitting in a jail cell and nobody's paying your bills because clubs will pay your bills when you go down for a club issue, or they should. But when you've brought your personal beef and you've cost all these people, you got 4 brothers sitting in jail, you got brothers cutting deals against brothers, you got brothers who never had, we put a whole lot on a brother. In this in this motorcycle club thing, we put a whole lot on a brother, a whole lot of pressure, a whole lot of expectations, a whole lot of peer pressure. And you're standing there like, what do I have to do with any of this? But okay, let me get involved in the shootout.
Mm.
And now you're sitting in prison, sitting in jail, looking at 20 years for this idea, this corrupt idea of brotherhood. But a lot of times the clubs are not doing the full explanation they need to do on the difference between personal beef and club beef.
Mm-hmm.
And what exactly, they're instead people go on the rah-rah. If I see my brother in trouble over there, I'm going to go jump in. There's not a whole lot of time. Folks don't take the time to sometimes say, well, what's this all about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this? And I'm not fixing to be involved in that, not one bit. But instead, there's we react.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody said earlier, I thought it was the sergeant at arms' job to stop this. A lot of times, the sergeant, and especially we bring these people on and we give these people these positions that have no real experience or have no real idea of what MC protocol is. So you, as a sergeant at arms, don't even know what your job is. You think your job, instead of leading, is to follow the wave. But actually, you crest the wave. You're the person that keeps things moving as they should be for the club. A lot of times, the sergeant at arms doesn't know. Oh, okay, you're switching. I got you. I got your switch. Okay. A lot of times, the sergeant at arms doesn't know how to quell the violence or even how to stop things from moving. And so there has to be an education within the clubs. The clubs have to start, especially the 1% clubs, because they have the most propensity for violence. They have the most propensity to pop it off. They have the largest propensity to put people in the graves. And what we're seeing with this we go back over and over again. We go back to this this truce.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we're seeing with the truce is the leadership in these black dominant clubs, most especially the Thunder Guards, the Wheels of Soul, the Outcast, and the Thunder Guards, Outcast, and the other club escapes me. All these clubs that are part of this unity, is that you're seeing the leaders. Wheels of Soul, that's what it is. You're seeing the leaders take it to the point that we are going to educate on the right way to go. So now the leaders are taking a stand and demanding this truce. We're also seeing what we'd like to see, what they need to see, since they have all this violence and stuff that could go on, is the leaders take a stand here as well. Here in personal beef versus club beef and community pussy starting wars between clubs and within clubs that are putting people in their graves. There's so they're doing things, they're taking steps to secure a peace. Part of that peace since so much of this happens because of women, failed relationships, broken relationships, a lot of times guys, they just can't take no, and they get in a position where they have power, they got a club behind them, and somebody said no, and it just wrecked their whole world, and now they gotta kill as many people as they can kill because they couldn't get some pussy that belonged to somebody else in the first place.
Hey, I guess when they say it was to die for, it was that good. It was to die for.
I've had my share of it. I've not yet found some I wanted to die over. Now I'll die to protect a relationship, and then we got to do some educational training. Some people don't even know what a real relationship is.
You don't know what?
What a real relationship is. Like, so many of us don't even know what a relationship is. So many guys are caught up trying to make hoes in the housewives, and that just doesn't hardly ever happen. I'll never forget was he a basketball player? He married this girl, fell on hard times, wasn't doing things financially. She launches her OnlyFans page. He gets mad.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story. I forgot his name, but I remember that story.
And one of the things she said was, you knew what time it was when you married me. You know what I was. You know where you met me. You know where you got me from. Times are hard. I'm going to go back to what I know. He got his wife showing her whole ass on OnlyFans. Well, people like me, I'm going to tune in and watch it. That's community pussy right there. You thought you had something private, but you didn't. You had an everybody's woman, is what we used to call them in Oklahoma. An everybody girl. You got an everybody girl over there, and now you want to kill somebody over an everybody girl. And sometimes guys just don't know. Guys, we are something else, man. When it comes to guys, act real womanish, real bitch-like, easy. When we get in our feelings, bro, we ready to take whole mountaintops down because our feelings are hurt.
That we the man. It's the truth that we the man.
And we got to show everybody we a man by showing them how tied up in our feelings we are.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's 11:30. I'm going to get close to getting out of here. Foxy, you got any closing words you would like to? First of all, thank you so much for being on the show. You have made such an impact on this show today. So many people are just amazed by who we've always known who you are. But I am glad that as you do more things and your people that know you from the inside know the powerhouse that you are. But I am so glad that you're being exposed to the public, especially on my show, and I'm sure Lavish on his show is proud as well. So first of all, I want to tell you, thank you so much. I've known you for years and years, so I've always known who and what you are. But to see you speak and just as you're growing into this and your words are getting out there and changing lives, I just want to say thank you for that and ask you, what closing things would you have to say? If anything else.
It just goes back to what I said earlier. Let's all try to figure out a way to be better tomorrow than we are today and do our part. That's simply all that I'm doing right now, is doing my part to be the best that I can be and always live in a positive image. And if you need to ever reach out, find those that can uplift you, motivate, empower, and encourage you to be the better version of you. Seek help if necessary. But I just want to see our culture truly be able to reflect on our generation of input and be proud of what we brought to the table is the ultimate goal for all of us. Back to you.
Man, thank you so much. I think you're so right. Logic, I thank you for being on the show today. What is the name of your show and where can we see it?
Well, right now, y'all can catch me every Tuesday night at 7 Central East, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Riding with K Solo, the podcast with your boy Logic. And we come on, we interview a lot of people up and coming long distance podcast with your boy Logic. Keep It Logical on YouTube, and you can see me as I ride around, just bringing in the spiritual thoughts and everything. And when I go to events, having a great time. I'm trying to get like Lavish, you know.
Oh,
And you-
man, stop it, man. You already there.
And you're a preacher as well, right?
Yes, I am a pastor of Salmon's Porch Church. I am the president of God's Warriors Motorcycle Ministry out here in the Metroplex of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry that Lavish be cussing like that in front of you, Reverend. I apologize. I'm trying to work on Lavish. I'm just doing the best I can. He won't even tell me he loves me, so you know.
I did pretty good today.
Yeah, you did pretty good today. Hey, thank you so much, Jim Papa Bear Anderson, for that wonderful donation. I certainly do appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the show. And you guys can support the show by hitting that super chat button, or you can hit me at Cash App, $Biker Prez, PREZ, $Biker Prez, or info or $Lavish T Williams, $Lavish T Williams, if you want to send him a blessing this morning. We certainly appreciate it. Lavish, you got any last words coming out of here, bro?
No, I don't have any last words, man. I just want everybody to be safe out there, man, doing whatever it is they might be doing.
Listen, Tasha over there, and what country are you in? I forget, the Andes or somewhere. I forget exactly what country Tasha is. You guys know him as Hebby. His father is going through some shortness of breath issues and that sort of thing. And Tasha, we love you, man. And thank you for being with my show for so long. I know what your dad's going through with this shortness of breath shit. It is scary. It is terrifying. You know, if you lived a strong life, and all of a sudden now you got this kind of stuff going on. It's terrifying. So I'm glad you're taking care of your father. You're a good son, and we're gonna pray for his quick return to health. And we got a preacher on the show now, so we'll ask the preacher to add your father to the prayer list.
Already
Foxy,
done.
we appreciate you, sister. Thank you so much. Lavish, I appreciate you. Captain Lavish, the Undertaker, we absolutely appreciate you, and we're glad to have you here. Hey, having conversations that are good for the people that listen to the show is a blessing that just is immeasurable, and I'm so thankful to be a conduit. So many of you folks have said that our show helps you, so I'm glad to be a conduit and that people would come listen to an old man rant. Foxy, you are getting ready to be just even larger than life than you already are. So love you, sister. Thank you for joining the show. And we will be covering the proc all year, getting ready for the proc next year. If you guys think that you learned something from the sister just by hearing her speak, you guys have to understand, those of you that don't know, the PROC, the Motorcycle Club Professional Convention, is, let me look up PROC. Yeah. Is there another one? Have they got the new stuff up yet? The Motorcycle Club Professional Convention is a whole educational seminar that happens like the second week in January every year. This one will be in New Orleans. Okay, this is going to be actually the first week in January this time, January 8th to the 11th. Or is that the second week? That might be the second week. But this is something that happens every year, and she brings the most talented and accomplished speakers across the United States of America in the motorcycle club community to teach all kinds of MC related information to make your motorcycle club better. So you have to get your tickets to this thing early because it sells the hell out. It could be sold out already. I don't know. It sells out so fast. It's going to be in Louisiana next year, so it's really going to sell out. But if you don't get your tickets in your rooms early, like half a year early, you ain't going. But if you think listening to this lady is something, Just imagine going to a conference she has set up with Butter, the person who started the whole thing. Just imagine the conference that these guys set up and the people that you're going to be speaking to. Imagine who she will bring if this is the kind of stuff she talks about herself. So honor and respect out there to Kingston, Jamaica. Good to see you. So yeah, we're going to be talking about it all year long, and you're going to see videos, and Lavish likes to dump videos like across the entire year. You're going to see so many videos of her speaking and so many of the other people that spoke at the PROC. It's going to blow you away. So I'm a proud supporter of the PROC. The PROC is where I got my national speaking bones. The first time I ever really started speaking nationally was at the PROC, and that launched me across the United States of America and indeed around the world. So I've known her forever, and the power this woman has. So glad to have you, man. Glad to have all of y'all. Foxy, you take care. Logic, you did a good job today, man. You did a good job. And yeah.
Take care. Much love to you guys.
All right, man. Thanks. You have a good day out there. Be safe.
Lavish, you always do a good job. You know what I mean, my man. So we're getting ready to get out of here. Same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
When do you start school? Have you got your schedule?
Yeah, I'm already in school. I already be taking. I'm in class, and one of my other classes start sometime this month, next week, I believe. You know, me not reading the paperwork, I done jumped into an accelerated chemistry class at that. And I don't know anything about chemistry, so this is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, you don't know nothing about chemistry. You be using chemicals on them bodies and stuff, bro. I'm gonna need you to get your chemical game together.
You got one thing when you got somebody that already got stuff already there, when all you do is know, hey, this is what you do. Then there's another thing when you're in class learning all of the learning chemistry is kind of totally different. So
at what time do you come on, Mike Ball, today? What are you doing over here? You're supposed to be on your show. I don't know what's going on with Mike Ball's show today. YouTube. Is Mike Ball on? I don't know. I wouldn't expect Mike to be over here right now. Let me look at Mike Ball, see what he's got going on today. Hey, you guys should be leaving here and going to Mike Ball. Insane Wheels. Damn, I can't even spell.
all right, well, Dragon, I'm on location to a vehicle I gotta pick up, and I will chat with you tomorrow.
All right, man. Good luck in school. Do your thing. I'm out of here today too. I'm out of here now. Hey, take care. Bye-bye, young man. God love you. Appreciate you. All right. Anyway, that's it for today. Let me get the hell out of here. Let's see. Mike Ball has never had a raid before. He has never had a raid before. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Oh, he rapped for the day. Mike Ball rapped his show already. Damn, Mike. Efficient ass Mike. There you go. Lavish T doing stealthy repo stuff. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, so we're out of here. I think we got everybody. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Redneck Side Motorcycle Whips? You guys need to go to Redneck Side Motorcycle Whips, man. His motorcycle whips are absolutely the MFing bomb, bro. His motorcycle whips are the MFing bomb. Okay. This is his logo, Redneck Side Motorcycle Whips. Look at that, man. Okay. I love that guy. This is mine with the dragon's talons here. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. You guys probably don't know that movie. If you're not from the 70s, you wouldn't know a damn thing about that movie. But anyway, Redneck Side Whips. This is the Dragon's Whip, which is actually going to be on sale on my blackdragonsgear.com. Actually, hopefully within the next week or so when I get some time to put it up. So anyway, there you go. This is what is going on. It's a raid on me. Thank you. Thanks for rating the show. All right, you guys take care, man. I love y'all. I'm Black Dragon. Hey, thanks, Mike Ball, young man. I hope you're doing well. And you guys all take care. I found out that it was Kingston, Georgia. I didn't even know there was a damn Kingston, Georgia, not Kingston, Jamaica. So, Mike says I absolutely do know that movie. I think that movie was on before you were born, Mike. But anyway, you guys take care. Love you all. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents down in the comment section below. Thank you all for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Roll? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes. So, when percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the set can be volatile. It can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG. certified, a true MC. The biker boys, the biker boys. It's in the house, so most definitely blow the whistle for Black Dragon Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.